And one time, a documentary came out about Charles Manson.
Yeah.
And so I didn't really know much about Charles Manson.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I started like doing just random research, and then I bought this book, and it had like everybody who ever started a cult in the book.
Right.
And so I'm reading these people, and even the definition of cult is just an organic following of people.
Right.
You know, and I was like, damn, like, nigga, this like cult rap, because anybody who ever had a cult, those people weren't like mass promoted.
Right.
It was just like, if you know, you know.
Right.
You feel me? And I was like, I want to be like that. Like, if you know, you know, and if you fuck with it, you like swear by it.
What's good, everybody? It is your favorite host, Adrian Nyce. Welcome to another episode of Mouthin Out. We here with another guest off the bucket list. God damn it. Who am I here with today?
Deniro Farrar, man, leader of cult rap. You know that.
Deniro in the motherfucking building.
Yes, sir.
How you feeling?
What's good, my guy? How
What's
you?
good, man?
I'm well, man. I'm blessed.
Good,
I'm happy
man.
to be here, man.
Today is Thursday.
Yeah.
What you been doing so far?
Today I just went to the gym. I went to the gym, came back, showered, came here.
Right. Fitness is a big part of your life now, right?
Huge part, man.
What got you into fitness?
What got me into fitness? I really don't know. I used to smoke cigarettes like 10 years ago.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it was. I was looking for a habit, like a transfer of habit, right? Like, so they say like whenever you quit doing unhealthy habit, like whenever you stop, you need to have some type of transitional healthy habit. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, right? So my healthier habit was like, I'm gonna start working out. So I just started doing like push-ups, little small things, and I just kept going for real.
Earlier, I think you was talking about how when you were here in Charlotte, you were like, what'd you say, like 180 or 170 or something like that?
Yeah, probably about 170.
And then now, bulked up type shit.
A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah.
No, that's fire, bro. Because like, I think that's been a thing for me. Because I've always been like a runner. That was like my thing. So it's kind of hard to get muscle or whatever. Or maybe I'm not doing the right certain things.
I mean, it's kind of like, if you have a fast metabolism, right? Like, so you're a thinner guy, right? So it's probably challenging for you to gain weight.
Right.
So on top of you having a fast metabolism, if you're not taking in enough calories, but you're burning a lot of calories, you will never be able to keep the weight on. There's nothing wrong with running. You got guys who are bigger than me, and they use cardio to, of course, promote healthy heart and healthy cardiovascular system.
Right.
But on top of that, they do it to like keep extra fat off of their stomach.
Right.
So yesterday I went and did like 2 miles last night. You know what I'm saying? When I got to the city, I ran 2 miles. It was my off day. I do cardio every day.
Do you see like a difference in you and your health versus like now Deniro versus old Deniro when you were smoking and shit like that?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like what are some of them? Just like breath work?
I think
different shit.
I mean, crazy. I always been super energetic, so I don't feel like my energy was compromised a lot when I was doing it. But it's a mental thing. I don't feel as cloudy. You know what I'm saying? Because at the time I was smoking weed too, so my mind don't feel as cloudy. I feel sharp. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, Deniro.
Yeah.
From Charlotte.
Born and raised.
Come
on, man.
In the Queen
Real
City.
Charlotte, baby.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't meet a lot of you, man. Born and raised people.
I know so many. I guess because I'm from the city.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I got an affinity for people who really from the city. It's just like you from that cloth. Like it's kind of like if you really, really from the city, I wouldn't say you popular, but people know you.
Right.
People gon' know you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
So yeah.
What part of Charlotte are you from?
I'm from the west side.
The west side.
Yeah. Shout out to the west side of Charlotte, man. I was raised on the west, but I got the game on the east.
What was life like growing up for you?
It was. I think that It was the same for me as it was for most people that I know. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody that I know them because we all grew up predominantly in the same neighborhood, same side of town, had the same experience. Mm-hmm. My mama had a house full of kids, 8 kids.
I was about to say, so you got siblings and everything?
Yeah, my brother in here right now. You know what I'm saying? So my mama had 6 boys, 2 girls.
Oh.
So it was... Go ahead. I'm in the middle.
Okay.
I'm in the middle. 4th. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead in the middle. And the experience was like having a house full of people. We didn't really have a lot of outside friends because it's like you got so many siblings.
Them the friends.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it was that. I enjoyed my childhood for real.
Did anybody else in your family pursue music, whether it's on the mic or instrumentation, anything like that?
No, my sister used to sing sometimes around the house. And I think we picked on her so much, she just stopped. For real. Oh, we used to give her hell. You know what I'm saying? And she could sing, but we were just mean to each other. You know what I mean?
Do you remember like your first introduction to music? Was it Mama Dukes playing music in the house? Was it grandma, grandparents? Like, do you remember?
I don't really come from a household of like playing music. Only on Sunday, my mama played gospel music. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, my older brother really turned me on to all of the music. Back then it was like CDs or radio. Right. I consumed everything that was on the radio. But as far as music that was exclusive to my household, it was like Master P. The range was so crazy because my older brother loved like Master P, Luther Vandross, 3-6 Mafia. So any given day, this nigga, I might wake up to hear Dancing with My Father by Luther. You know what I'm saying? Or I might wake up to hear Let's Plan a Robbery. You know what I mean? So that was more so my introduction to music. And I would say I was maybe in elementary school. My mom was dating a guy. He gave me a tape. It was Criss Cross. I used to listen to that bitch front to back, back to front, damn near every day. I think it was the I Missed the Bus Criss Cross album.
And when would you say that you got, like what age would you say that you got into actually like spitting and actually writing, or if you write, bars, all that?
I write my shit. I don't go in the studio and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and shout out to everybody who do, because I feel like that's a talent in itself. Right. You know what I mean? The first time I wrote a rap, I was in my 20s. But I used to freestyle a lot before. You know what I mean? I would get high, freestyle with my homies, and everybody be like, bro, you dope, you fire. And I never really took it serious.
What was your thought of rapping or before you started?
I love music. Mm-hmm. Like, I love music. Like, one of my most fondest memories that made me really be like, yo, I'm going to be a rapper. My sister... It was a guy I went to high school with. My sister used to braid his hair. My homie Eric, the Carter 1 came out. And I remember my sister braided his hair and he told me, he was like, bro, I got the Carter 1. I was like, what? We sat out in front of my house, smoked a blunt, and listened to the entire Carter 1. And I was so blown away by that. Because Wayne had went away for a minute. Right. And he came back with that style.
Hitting the streets hard.
Bruh, I was so mind blown, but I was so inspired. I was like, bro, I want to do the shit that Wayne doing. Like, I want to rap. You know what I'm saying? So after that, it was a rap.
Who's some other people who might have inspired you on your way up?
My favorite rapper, Tupac. Yeah, of course. I took his whole blueprint. You know what I'm saying? I never wanted to sound like Pac. I just always wanted my music to be timeless and full of social commentary and transcend time.
Right.
Like, the music I'm putting out currently, right now, I probably recorded 3-4 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
You know what I mean? That was never my approach.
We're going to get more into that.
Yeah, but that was never my approach. Because you can play any Tupac song right now. It's still going to resonate.
It's going to fit, yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that was my blueprint. I was like, I always want people to listen to my music and walk away with some shit.
Right.
And so I was inspired by Pac, Andre, Goody Mob, Outkast. That was really my biggest inspirations for real.
Do you remember the first time you got in the studio?
I do. I was living in
Go ahead.
I was living in Chesapeake, Virginia, and my friend mom, I used to always rap and he used to always tell her I rap. So she booked me some studio time. Really? But I had never wrote a rap before.
Right.
You feel me? So I smoked, went in the studio, and it was me the engineer, another guy, and my homie mama. So I was kind of like not wanting to rap in front of her and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, it's your mama,
it's
bro.
Your mama, yeah.
Because I be saying some shit, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know what it was. She was like, do your thing. Like, I don't care. Like, just do you. And I remember going in there and rapping, bro. And I rapped nonstop over 2 industry beats. And I remember the engineer being like, damn, like, nigga, you hard. And I had 2 songs on a burnt CD. And I remember listening to those bitches over and over and over and over again. And that was the first time I ever got in the studio. And I think I got the bug from then on. I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Like, yeah.
When you got that bug at the start, did you ever think like, I see you as one of Charlotte and like beyond Charlotte, like premier artists. Did you ever think you would reach that type of level, or is that even how you see it, type of thing?
That was never my goal.
Okay.
In the beginning.
Right.
I love the craft so much. I just wanted to be the best version of myself. Right. So I guess, some people approach the game with more intention than I did. I just wanted to be a dope ass rapper. Okay. But then after a while, once I started gaining fans, then I started to become more intentional. Then I was like, damn, I want to have a big ass fan base. Then I was like, damn, I want to make some money. So then it's just like the goalpost started moving after a while. But initially, I just wanted to be a dope rapper. So I would spend 12, 14 hours in the studio, nonstop. Every day I'd be in the studio, nonstop without fail. You feel what I'm saying? Like, for real. Yeah, hell yeah, bro.
That's dope. Where did Leader of Cult Rap come from? And what is that?
I used to be in the studio a lot, and so I used to be on the computer a lot, like just researching shit. And one time, a documentary came out about Charles Manson. Yeah. And so I didn't really know much about Charles Manson. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I started like doing just random research, and then I bought this book, and it had like everybody who ever started a cult in the book. Right. And so I'm reading these people, and even the definition of cult is just an organic following of people. Right. And I was like, damn, like, nigga, this like cult rap, because anybody who ever had a cult, those people weren't like mass promoted. Right. It was just like, if you know, you know. Right. You feel me? And I was like, I want to be like that. Like, if you know, you know. And if you fuck with it, you like swear by it. Right. And I was like, nigga, this like some cult shit, like cult rap. But it has such a negative connotation to it. I was afraid to run with it in the beginning. But after a while, I just embraced it. I was like, I don't care what people think. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah. You definitely pioneered the cult rap wave. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about it, but I definitely probably say I got that exposure from you. And then I started seeing later on others. That's a fact. I'd never seen cult rap before I did it. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really ran with it. I remember I used to have seas of people in my earlier part of my career with the praying hands. Like, that was my shit. That was even my logo. You feel me? So for real. Yeah. So cult rap, is that still the brand, the underlining theme of today, Deniro? Not as much. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear me say it no more, because it's kind of like, I feel like artistry works in like seasons. That was just a season of my life. Because before it was cult rap, it was KOBK. Right. You know what I'm saying? Kill or be killed. I felt like that was the mentality of me, the environment I was in, and my people. You know what I'm saying? And so you got people got KOBK tattooed on them. Like, my cousin, they got like Cane Corsos. They bought them from like the same guy. And one of my cousins, he named this dog KO, and then the other one was BK. So it was like people was really like, that was the movement at that time. Right. And then cult rap came. And now it's just like, I'm just Deniro Farrar, bro. Just Deniro. That's it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Speaking of old Deniro versus new Deniro, what are some of the biggest differences? And it can be with you, your lifestyle, it can be with music, just anything. I mean, I think the mission statement of Deniro Farrar never changed. Like, I always just wanted to be a better person. I always worked on myself. And that's still true to present day. I always wanted to have social commentary in my records. Right. I always wanted to liberate people through the music. So that never changed. But I can say being unafraid to grow in the music and to put certain lifestyle pieces of my lifestyle in the music that I think before I just didn't feel comfortable with putting in the music. You feel what I'm saying? Because I'm like, damn, I don't want to come off all preachy or, because everybody think I'm just a socially conscious rapper. And I'm like, why do niggas think that? Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah. But I'm like, why do, like, when niggas talk about me, they act like, and no disrespect to Common or Mos Def, but niggas be acting like I'm on some, like, Tribe Called Quest shit, and no disrespect to them, but I'm like, I don't make that kind of music. I don't, like, what do you think? For real.
No, I definitely think there's like a difference between the music you were making early on versus now, but I wouldn't give you Common.
Yeah.
I wouldn't give you Common. You know what I'm saying?
It was like street but liberated at the same time. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just don't
message.
Yeah.
There's a message in it.
Yeah. The message was in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's always been in there. I always wanted that to be a part of it, but that don't make me socially conscious.
Yeah.
Because I got New Charlotte, one of my biggest songs, and I'm talking
You
crazy
beat me to
shit.
it. You beat me to it. I was about to bring it
Do
up.
me a favor. You run that. Can you post that when we leave, though?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right. My bad. You can shoot it over there.
You know how it goes. No. You beat me to it, though. New Carolina, one of the, biggest songs, I think, that impacted Charlotte. You know what I'm saying?
Man, 100%. If anybody tell you different, Atlanta, they hate.
So now, where did that come from? Let's just talk about it.
It was a hashtag on Twitter one time.
Right.
And it said New Charlotte. I like the idea of it because when I first started rapping, it almost was like there was a regime change. Like everybody who worked at this company no longer works at the company, or at least in a different capacity. And there's a whole new lineup of people now.
Right.
Running the company. And that's how I felt. Like it was just a new day in Charlotte.
Like a renaissance.
You feel me? Yeah, exactly. You feel me? So I'm like, damn, bro, it felt like a paradigm shift and then I was at the forefront of it, and I knew the energy that I felt I got from a lot of the guys who was doing it before me was on some like, nigga, who is you? But I was dope, but nobody knew who I was. So when I was approaching some of these guys, and you had some guys who just embraced me off the bat. You feel me? King Carter, Revenue, Elevator J, Royalty. I mean, these was guys that I banged their line one time, and they was like, bro, what you need? Bet, say less.
Right.
I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I was met with resistance from the other guys who was kind of like gatekeeping, I feel like. And so New Charlotte for me was like, bro, it's a whole new day in Charlotte. I'm working with anybody who take their craft serious, and if they don't, I don't give a damn if I ain't never heard of them.
Right.
A lot of the songs that I was doing or the artists I was working with, they weren't really big. Nobody didn't know who a lot of these guys was.
Mm-hmm.
But they were so dope to me. New Charlotte was all local rappers, bro. It is one of the first, and I believe only songs of that time to ever go viral coming out of Charlotte, or at that time to go viral
for sure
out of Charlotte. And it is the only song with Charlotte artists, born and bred, all Charlotte artists, to go viral out of this city.
That shit was everywhere, bro. That shit was everywhere.
Then and now. Facts.
Yeah. Let's talk about like I was listening to your On the Radar interview, and the thing I brought up about like the foundation you laid for Charlotte. I definitely think you were early on as far as like being the first with a couple of things, of that time. How do you feel about what you've done for Charlotte and the things that you've done, or the people you helped?
Everybody that I help, I seen something in. That's just plain and simple. I didn't do it because of what I was going to get from it. I had no idea that some of the people were going to become who they became. Right. There was no way I could have. It was just in that moment, I see something in you. Let's do it.
Right.
And I was always the goalpost that people were trying to get to. People were trying to get beside me to get next to me, to be like, damn, I want to do a song with him, because I was so visible at that time in the city. I was the measuring stick.
Right.
I either want to be bigger than Deniro or I want to get to where Deniro at.
I agree 100%.
But I was never in competition with nobody. There was never no hate a part of my campaign, because I embraced so many people, because I was confident in what I had. I knew what I do. I knew that I wasn't in nobody lane with the music, and I knew I was unfuckwittable on the stage. Period. And that still reigns to be true. You know what I'm saying?
So right now you're independent?
Yeah, I've been independent for a while, man. I've been off Warner Brothers since maybe 2015, 16.
Were they your first deal, or was it with?
That was my only deal.
Okay.
So it was a joint deal. People think I had two deals because it was Vice and Warner, but that was a joint venture. One of the first of its kind. I don't even think Vice is signing rappers no more, from my understanding, but it was the first of its kind. I was Vice and Warner, and Vice and Atlantic signed Action Bronson. And we were the only two artists that had that form of a deal. You know what I mean?
How did they seek you out, or how did that situation come about?
I don't remember. I had an old management team, David Luddy, Konstantin Kazmersky. The deal was on the table, but then we kind of parted ways. But they still wanted to sign me.
Yeah.
But I had no representation. And I went up to Warner, and Warner wanted to sign me. So I got the contact of the A&R there, and I just kind of kept in touch with him.
Do you feel like having representation or not having representation hurt or helped you? Either way?
I think it hurt and helped. It's a double-edged sword. Coming from Charlotte, I didn't know anything about business.
Right.
I didn't know anything about what a manager possessed, like skill set.
Right.
Other than somebody saying, "Oh, this is my manager."
Right.
I didn't know what his job description was. I didn't know that the whole purpose of a manager is for them to make the pie bigger, bring more opportunity.
We'll talk about it, yeah.
That is what a manager does, bring more opportunity. And I didn't even know what that looked like at all, man. So I think that it did help going into rooms, being a part of a label, because they don't want to deal with artists.
Right.
Because they feel like artists don't know what they want. Artists don't know how to articulate what they want. Artists don't know business. And that's not true. So I feel like they serve as a really cool buffer. But then sometimes management can say and make decisions on your behalf that may not be the most beneficial thing for your career.
Right.
Because you're not present. And at that time in my life, I was like, yo, I just want to play the back and be a rapper. Right. And that was a large mistake, because when I was playing the back, being a rapper, they were kind of keeping me abreast to the shit that was going on with my career. But I wasn't there for every decision that was being made. And I ended up getting dropped from my label due to the representation that I had at the time.
So if you, say another artist was kind of in the same situation, would you tell them just to be more hands-on, or just...
You always need to be hands-on.
Gotcha.
I don't give a fuck if you got the best team in the world.
Right.
You don't have to be the one holding the wheel to be hands-on. But you need to have a team that's completely transparent. And everything should be not on a need-to-know basis, because you need to know everything. Even if you don't care. Your team should be transparent with you. Hey, this is what came in this month. This is what we pitched for. We didn't get that. We're still waiting on this. This is how much money you just made. Like,
it's your career at the end of the day.
Come on, bro.
It's your career.
You feel what I'm saying? You think the motherfucker who own a major corporation don't know the ins and outs, even if they're not there every day?
Talk about it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Who are some other artists that you've worked with that you've seen blossom over the years?
That's you're proud of. It's Charlotte or just general? Charlotte, of course.
Carolina.
Baby, of course. You know what I'm saying? He did it the biggest up until now. You know what I'm saying? And so, somebody probably going to come and take it a lot further. Right. That's what we here to do.
Which needs to happen, yeah.
You feel? That's what we're here to do. I took it somewhere. He took it somewhere. Watching Frank blossom, watching Shaq blossom. Yeah. I mean, I think people don't really give Shaq the credit he deserves as far as him being an actual pillar in this shit. There's a difference between being a face and being a factor. That nigga ain't just a face. He's a factor in his music. They can't take away what he's done. Right. From straight drop to him being an independent artist. Right. You feel what I'm saying? Right. Like, real talk. P. Frank. Yeah. Every time I look at Frank, I'm just like, I know P. Frank. I grew up with him on the West Side. So to see his evolution and transition is always impressive to me. Bizzle, first time we worked together, I remember he was a part of Oh God Collective. To see him still going, you feel what I'm saying? Ghost Man. I mean, there's a lot of people, man. Joel Verdad. Like, I don't know if you know who Indigo Joe is.
I've heard of the name. I'm not too familiar, though.
And just the evolution of so many guys, man, that I'm impressed by. That I'm like, damn. You know what I mean?
What are a couple of things, if you could name, in your opinion, that you feel like the Carolinas is missing? I don't think talent is a thing. Like, we have a lot of talent. Like, what are some other things?
I mean, the main thing is business. Everybody love comparing Charlotte and saying Charlotte like Atlanta. No, fuck, we not.
Charlotte is Charlotte.
With Charlotte is Charlotte. Atlanta is. People got to understand. Atlanta is one of the only places in the United States at that time that ever hosted the Olympic Games. They had so much energy already going toward Atlanta, and then Babyface and L.A. Reid opened up. Fucking what's the name of LaFace, right? So even if you weren't directly signed to LaFace, there was some type of infrastructure to create all of these sub brands. Like you got No Stress, Street Execs, right. You got Grand Hustle, you got all of this, but the foundation that Atlanta was predicated on, in my opinion, is LaFace. That was the biggest to ever do it out of Atlanta.
Right.
And so you got people who could have jumped under the tutelage or just sat back and soaked up game from what LA and Babyface was doing. You get Rico Wade from those guys who blossomed Outkast, Goody Mob, Future.
So do you
see what I'm saying?
So do you feel like it only takes one and then
it ain't about the one? Okay. It don't take the one because at the end of the day, this music shit at this time that we living in, brother, shit, music is a small piece of the pie. Okay. It's marketing and it's business. If we don't have the info, we have to have the infrastructure. Everybody want to play like they know what the fuck they doing in the city. We got a bunch of play managers and execs and niggas who act like, yeah, bro, I could change. Come on, bro.
Right.
Why ain't nobody did that? Because we got the talent.
Right.
So if you understood how to market the talent and you understood how to connect the dots, more people here would be successful. Everybody want to blame the artist. But the artist can only do so much.
Yeah, the artist can only do so much.
There's no development for the artist neither.
Right.
Everybody out here learning at their own accord and mimicking what they see. There's no structure here to show niggas, hey, bro, this is how you put together a media run. This is how you roll your shit out. This is, you see what I'm saying? This is how you put yourself in position numbers-wise to then bring forth business deals. This is how you start to monetize.
Systems,
you see the system. Everything is a system. I learned that from No Grease. They said you can't have a successful business if you can't replicate what you do.
Right.
And in order to do that, you need a system.
Also, in your On the Radar interview, which was a good interview, you talked about being humble.
Yeah.
And yeah, you mentioned that you might not that being humble is a bad thing, but you might not, you probably would have popped the shit a little more type shit. For lack of a better word.
Yeah,
you started.
Yeah, because I feel like with the box, everybody was trying to put me in. It was just more fitting. I was never an arrogant guy, but I'm like, okay, the socially conscious nigga gotta be humble. If that's the box they want to put me in, and not saying that I adhere to that because that wasn't who I was. I'm just a humble guy down to earth, but I feel like a lot of the shit that I projected wasn't how I really felt. Because I knew I was that nigga for real. And I had to walk in the room with my motherfucking tail tucked. Or just, I felt like I didn't embrace the position that I had. You know what I'm saying? At that time, I didn't walk in with and it's not arrogance. It's just the confidence of your ability and the position that you have acquired and the things you've done to get you where you are. You know what I mean?
You feel like, is that because you felt you needed to be humble, or just you just didn't not understand, but just like did you feel like you needed to act that way?
I felt I needed to act that way based on the rappers that I seen that came before me who were arrogant and didn't do half the shit that I had accomplished. I was like, why these niggas so arrogant?
Right.
Why they act like that? They ain't even done nothing for real. Right. They just locally popular. That's how I felt in my heart. And I said, well, you know what? It was all strategically done. I'm like, hey, you know what? I'm going to continue to be successful and I'm going to keep my feet on the ground. Right. Not that I was an arrogant person or that I wasn't humble, but I was mindful. Stay humble. Stay humble. I kept beating that in my head. And I don't regret being humble. I just regret downplaying my value in certain spaces where I was underpaid and undervalued. Right. You know what I mean? And that's it.
You feel like it affected your career in a negative way, positive way?
I mean, not locally.
Right.
Not locally, because, I mean, at the end of the day, my reputation was what it was, music-wise, me being from the city, and the things that I had done with the position that I had at that time. Right. So, no, I don't think it affected me locally as much, but I didn't get as much opportunity because I felt people just didn't have the value for me as a local artist. Right. Like, nigga, I people pull up to see me. So why don't I deserve to be paid just like y'all finna pay yada 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 yada? Yeah. Top dollar. And I really give it up and y'all know how I perform for real.
Right. Let's talk about your performance, like your stage presence and all of that. You lit.
Yeah, thank you.
Bring the energy too. Yeah. Where does that come from? Like, is it just all practicing? Do you practice what you're gonna do? Is it just like you made it a point to have the stage presence, have the energy, known to have a good concert type of thing? Talk about it.
I think it was the first thing I ever felt I was good at. You know what I'm saying? I felt mediocre at a lot of the shit that I used to do. I played basketball. I never felt as good as my peers, you know, and I didn't hone that talent like they did because I didn't naturally feel called to basketball the way that I did with stage presence and entertainment and having all of the attention on me. Right. So I go look back at old VHS cameras and I was always in the camera cutting a fucking fool, entertaining because I was a natural entertainer. Right. So once I tapped into my ability to entertain on stage, I realized that nobody could entertain the way that I entertain. Right. Because I know how to engage. I'm not afraid to be the center of attention and then take some of the light off me and then put it on other people. Right. All at the same time. I don't feel people can do that. Engage with the crowd. Make it about other people, even though they're on the big stage and it's about them. You know what I mean?
I know we were talking about DJ Trap earlier. Was he your first DJ or?
He was my only DJ.
Your only DJ.
My only DJ.
And if y'all not familiar with Trap now, I think he's Moneybagg Yo's DJ. Yeah. He was
j.i.d.
the Baby.
Do it with Baby. Yeah. He kind of do a lot of plugging and playing right now. Right. You know what I'm saying? He was on the road with Chains for a while. That's I think Sud was doing something and he was on the road. So yeah, he DJed for Stunner, for Vegas for a little bit. Yeah.
So with having your with stage presence being such an important factor of like your image when you're on stage, how important is it to have like a DJ, like a cohesive DJ that understands that?
It's the most important shit. That's why Bag got him, because Bag understands like Trap is a different caliber of DJ because he interacts with people every night.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying? So Trap ain't just a tour DJ. He's in the clubs. Yeah. And it's challenging to make a club rock, but not only make it rock multiple times a week. Mm-hmm. Then, because it's a different talent. You could be a dope club DJ and a terrible tour DJ. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? So he perfected both. And so I feel that having a dope DJ is probably one of the most instrumental things. Like, I keep seeing Kodak go viral because DJ, get him black, yeah. And it's like he adds an element that Kodak Black couldn't even do on his own.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You see what I'm saying? So a DJ is just as important as a fucking microphone on stage, bro.
What's some of the people you done opened up for, like biggest acts, biggest stages?
Shit, I done did some shit.
Just go down the list, you know.
So I did like dates on Cushion Orange Juice when Wiz was doing his thing. Nas and Damian Marley, and these are so random. Nas and Damian Marley, Mike Posner, Wale, fucking Ty Dolla $ign. Yeah. I mean, bro, I've done so many shows. Denzel Curry, of course. I mean, man, I've done some shows, man.
Favorite state, favorite city?
Texas.
Yeah. I keep hearing
Texas. I love Texas.
It's just the crowd is good, like the energy, or just like
I think all of those years of me doing South by Southwest, I didn't really understand what I was getting from it, other than response in real time. But I didn't know that those people would then convert into actual supporters that would, once South by Southwest was over and I came back to their city or back to the state of Texas, those people was like, yo, that's that guy from South by. He dope. I'm driving from Austin to Dallas and I'm gonna see this nigga. And there were people like, yo, bro, I'm here. I met you at South by. I'm just like, damn. So I got, and man, bro, I met some forever homies in Texas. You know what I'm saying? Still to this day that we rap, we talk. I see their kids. I go to their track meets. All off of the music. But I love crazy. Texas, bro. Love Texas.
So Texas. And then I know we got so we got Post Festival coming up.
Yep.
We're gonna be headlining,
of course,
on Saturday, correct?
Correct. Yep.
What's the game plan, man? What can fans expect?
Is this coming out before the show?
We will drop before the show.
Oh, shit. Well, I don't want to say. I mean, they going to expect the hell of a show.
You can give us some, but not give us like.
I ain't really.
Surprises.
Yeah, we're gonna have some surprises. We're gonna have some surprises because I just feel like the dopest shit ever is when I see an artist headlining a city, but they bring out dope niggas too. I'm just like, bro, that's just.
Okay.
That's icing on the cake for me. You feel what I'm saying?
When is the last time you've headlined or just
in the city?
Yeah, in the city.
Gio,
has it been a while?
Time you think I headlined the show? Where?
Has it been a while? Like year?
Yeah, man, it's been a minute.
Okay,
when the last time you think? But I didn't headline that show with Denzel. Bruh, for real, I think it was like All Star.
Oh wow.
Wow, yeah, I think it was an all-star, like
that's
CIAA. Yeah, remember I did Rabbit Hole?
4 something years, something.
Yeah, bro, that's
5
been
something years.
Nah, that was like 5 years, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't did shit in the city in a minute.
So this shit about to be lit, goddamn.
Hey, come on, man. Hell yeah, it's
okay.
Yes, sir.
Damn. I'm trying to see what you can give us, man. Are we getting any new tracks, or is it going to be
as
old tracks
as far as when you're on stage? Performance?
Yeah, and then we'll talk about what's to come.
I'm gonna drop some new stuff because I feel like I have my go-to performance records in the city where if you know, like, bro, when he do that, I'm gonna get a certain reaction. But I also like getting real-time responses from people like, yo, I just did this record. Let me know what y'all think, and then I run it.
Do you think everybody's hip to new Deniro yet, or do you think they still have an image of old Deniro? Cool.
I don't know. I mean, I can't control that.
No, I'm just.
I can't.
Just what you think.
I can't really control that. Right. You know what I'm saying? If I can't control that, all I can do is just put it out like that. You know what I'm saying? Right. I don't got no control over that because you got some people who just like VVG told me the other day. You know VVG? Mm-hmm. I was talking to Brett yesterday, and he told me, he was like, bro, that shit you've been dropping remind me of that patriarch Deniro, that Deniro that just got me onto your music. And me personally, I don't feel the music that I've been putting out as patriarch-ish. But if that's how you feel, I can't control it. You feel what I'm saying?
How they interpret it, how they feel.
Exactly. Shit is art, dog. It's up for interpretation. You feel what I'm saying?
And then let's just talk about music in general. What's the most recent stuff that you've dropped? As in like a single that you have out right now that people can go tap in with?
I think the most the most recent song I dropped is Difference.
Difference. Yeah. And what's that about? Just kind of break it down.
Just kind of like the difference between me, where it's like this juxtaposition between me and then everybody else. Not to compare myself, but those are the opening lines. Difference between me and y'all ain't never gonna stop. Difference between me and y'all ain't got a clout chase just to pop. Difference between me and y'all ain't get money and turn Hollywood. Even if a nigga thought I should, I probably would if I couldn't go back to my hood. But I broke bread. My partner's good. We ain't got an axe. You ain't chopping wood. Yeah, nigga, get that understood. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's kind of like I'm just, this is me. Versus, not to compare myself, but just set myself aside.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what the record is about, just the difference.
Yeah. Are we going to get that at the Post-Fest?
I don't know, because it's not, it's some shit just ain't performance worthy. No, because it's so wordy.
Right.
And then I don't want to be like, You feel
wording everybody
because I can't perform it when it's so much like boom, 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 boom. I literally can't perform it on a literal level.
I'm sure you know what to perform.
Exactly.
So that's most recent. And then what are we like preparing to drop? Is there anything coming out soon? Whether it's a single, EP, album?
Yeah, I have a 4-part project that I'm dropping. Beautiful Contradiction. So I have all the music for it.
Before the end of the year? Or at the top of next year?
You know what? I struggle with that whole before and end. It's just like whenever the fuck the shit gets ready to be rolled out, I want to drop it. But then my business partner is always mindful of the quarters. So he's like,
right.
You know, and I respect that he knows these things, but he's like, from November to X, Y, and Z, there's nobody in the office.
Right.
So dropping music is like you're dropping it not on deaf ears, but as far as the people who can move the needle on it, they're not going to be present. And you don't want somebody trying to then do catch up with something that's already been out, because usually that shit get overlooked and they trying to digest like, okay, well, what just dropped since we've been in office? Not fuck what dropped when we was out. Like, what's new?
Right.
So he's always like trying to be strategic about when we do drop, you know, and I just got to be mindful of that, because me as an artist, I just want the shit out. I'm like, it's done, let's roll. You know what I mean? I'm feeling like Young Boy. That nigga recorded and be like, put that shit out now.
That
you know what
drop
I mean?
All the time.
Man, he drop every 30. He probably done dropped since we been doing this interview. So,
what is there like a underlining theme for the project or a common concept?
No, it's just kind of like, I was watching a small Instagram clip yesterday with DJ Jazzy Jeff from the Fresh Prince, and he said, die empty as an artist. You don't want to have shit that either you didn't say or that you didn't put it out. Put it all out. Die empty as an artist.
Dope statement.
And I'm trying to just empty myself out. So Beautiful Contradiction is going to be a lot of records that I hadn't released that might be a contradiction to where I currently am in my life, in this iteration of my life, where a nigga be like, hey, you just got baptized. How you got a song talking about, because it's just, I'm trying to empty myself out. Right. So it may sound like a contradiction when they consume it, because the records are going to conflict. I got a song called Donkway. You know what I mean? I dedicated that record to Lil Donkey. But the record is so just not the current version of me.
Right.
It's like, take your bitch out to eat, walk right in, don't even hold the door. Like, I would never even do that or say that at this point in my life. But somebody is going to appreciate that, because that is where somebody is currently right now. And for sure. So I got to put it out.
Do you have a favorite song on the project that you can just drop the name, that so when people hear it, okay, this is, you know.
Oh yeah, that Donkway crazy as hell. I ain't gonna hold you. It's dated. I did Donkway like 5 years ago, but that shit crazy. Still to this day.
That's dope.
Luke Perry. I'm gonna name that something different, but yeah, Donkway is one of my favorites for real.
Okay. Yeah. What is something unique about you that people need to know?
Wow. I mean, that they need to know.
They need to know. That you want them to know.
Okay. Wow. What is something unique about me that I mean, I started playing golf recently.
Really?
Yeah. Shout out to Eric Lottery. I was about to say Eric Lottery. That nigga, I ain't gonna hold you. So for real, for the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I keep playing and toying with the idea of learning golf and learning tennis. To see Lot play, like it doesn't make me want to do it for like content or monetization, but just for leisure. I think it's such a fucking awesome sport.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when I see him play, I'm always so inspired by it. Anytime I hit Lot, I'll send him videos of me swinging. He always critique it, give me back information. Nah, for real, he take me to Top Golf. He's like teaching me swinging techniques whenever I'm on the green and I'm putting. I'll send him the video, bro. What you think? He like, nah, that was good. That was, you know what I'm saying? So like playing golf is something that I'm enjoying. Yeah, I'm afraid of heights.
Are you really?
Oh my God.
Dang, so if we go like, I don't know, tallest building in New York.
We ain't going. We ain't going. You know what's crazy? I'm afraid of heights, but I love roller coasters.
But you love
That's the craziest shit ever. It's almost like it's almost like living on the edge.
Right.
Where I'm afraid of this thing, but I'm not.
So
you
like,
know what I mean?
What is the feeling that you get, like, I guess when you go to like, I don't know, a tall building or just a height, like,
I feel like my body finna drop out. Like it feel like I only think death if I fall from this high or if something happened this high.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like my mind gets so negative when I'm up so high. All I can think, my body just feel like my soul is like on like the on the edge of like, all right, nigga, we finna be out of here. You know what I'm saying? So
damn, it's crazy.
I'm scared as hell of heights, bro.
Hey, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's smooth though.
And possums.
Possums,
bro. They be hissing like they make little sound. I don't give a fuck what I'm doing. If I see a possum, I'm crossing the street. I've almost hit a possum and I'm driving. I lift my feet up in the car because I didn't want to feel me running over it.
Yeah,
man, I'm scared as hell of possums, dog.
And so you moved to Oregon, correct?
Portland. Yeah.
Or what made you choose Oregon?
Just on some like wanting to be different shit.
Okay.
Or wanting to experience different. Me and
life.
My partner was like, yo, we was living in New York at the time. Pandemic hit. I had been to Portland a few times, really enjoyed it. So had she. And so we just decided we moved into our crib sight unseen. We hadn't actually physically seen the crib.
Right.
And it was in a beautiful neighborhood. We didn't even know that. The neighborhood was beautiful. The house was beautiful. I was like, damn, like this shit felt meant to be.
Blessing, yeah.
Bruh, so it's such a peaceful place though.
That's dope.
Yeah.
All right, so look, like wrapping up, is there anything that you want to say to your fans, anybody, audience, just anything, shout out anybody? Anything?
Look, man, this is what I want to tell the artists.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to look in the camera and say this shit.
Yeah, talk to them.
For the sake of being an artist, you don't have to struggle in the process of getting to where you want to be. My generation of artists that I grew up listening to, them niggas always like, bro, I worked at McDonald's until the label literally called me. I didn't quit my job. It's almost like we live in this day and age where the working man look like a sucker.
Right.
Or niggas are ashamed that they're artists but have jobs. Stop.
Right.
You would rather call yourself a full-time artist and be struggling on your fucking mama couch than do what you need to do until you can do what you want to do. And you can fund your own career. But stop believing the dumb shit, my nigga. Bruh, I'm telling you, the working man is winning. Because everybody want to be a boss and independent. Them niggas got benefits. Them niggas got all kind of shit. Because everybody running to be bosses.
Right.
These niggas got boss titles, but they struggling.
Right.
Nigga, your business ain't making no money. You don't make money as a boss. You see what I'm saying? There's bosses who the workers are in better positions than some of the bosses. So it's like, I just want to tell y'all that as artists, man, don't be afraid to do what you need to do until you can do what you have to do. Or don't be afraid to do what you need to do until you can do what you want to do. And you can do a little bit of both, bruh. But don't believe this bullshit hype of, yeah, bruh, you got to eat, sleep, and live and shit, because a lot of y'all ain't going to make it.
Hell no.
It's just the truth. And I ain't here to discourage nobody. I want to encourage you to go after what you want. But a lot of y'all ain't gonna make it. It's just the bottom line. And go check the statistics, nigga. How many people actually get burned in the NBA? But it's a lot of niggas on the team. You know what I'm saying? So don't fuck around and be one of those guys or gals where you done wasted 2-3 decades of your life. And now that you have to do what you need to do, when you go to look for a job or apply for a job, they're going to say, what the fuck you been doing?
Yeah.
15 years, 20 years. You can't be like, yeah, man, you already chasing a rap career. They're going to be like, I don't give a fuck. Why should we hire you? Right. So don't be afraid. Go back to school. Educate yourself. Actually look into how to grow a business, start a business before you actually fucking do it.
Right.
And follow your heart, man. Stop making this mirror music that everybody else making. Everybody experience is unique. My nigga, we both at the same place right now today. But the way you came, what you experienced before you got here, is completely different from my experience today. I went to the gym before I got here. What did you do?
I was doing interviews.
Okay, but we are at the same place currently now, right?
Yeah.
So everybody walk is going to be different. Everybody experience is going to be different, even if our destination is the same.
Right.
So don't be afraid to speak your truth about where the fuck you at and what you going through. Stop faking and fronting, man. Yeah. That's it.
Not done yet. Piggybacking off of that. Yeah. 2 pieces of advice. First, give 1 piece of advice to 21-year-old you.
21-year-old me.
21-year-old you. Where were you? What was you doing? Give 1 piece of advice to that to you.
Nigga, life is not a party. This is not time to party. Everybody think in your 20s you're supposed to be fucking off because they say you have time. that is one of the greatest misconceptions ever, bro. That shit is not true.
I agree.
Work hard in your 20s while you got the energy to do it. Because, nigga, when you're 30, you're going to want to be in the bed at like fucking 9 o'clock. You're going to be tired. I done popped my knees like 8 times since I've been sitting down. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what
like, come on, bro. I would tell myself, nigga, go after what you want.
Yeah, okay.
Relentlessly. Yeah.
Okay. And then give one piece of advice to the future you. Let's say 5 years from now, however you envision yourself, wherever you envision yourself, give one piece of advice to that guy.
Keep doing the shit that feels in alignment with purpose and that feels good to you, and do less of the shit that make you feel like you swimming against the current. You feel what I'm saying? Do less of the things that don't come natural and make you feel like this isn't on my highest timeline. Do less of that shit and do more of the things that make you feel good.
Yeah. That's it. Social media? Deniro
Farrar on Instagram, on everything. I finally got my names back. So
that's
Deniro Farrar on everything, man.
All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
This was a dope ass interview.
I appreciate it. Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
I'm your host, Adrian Nyce. Make sure y'all tap in. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Tap in with my boy. If you're not at the Post Fest, seeing this, witnessing this, it's a damn shame.
Damn shame. That's what it is. Damn shame.
All right, we out. Peace. Stay fly.